Okay? If you do good deeds, like how we did in our devotional service, we went to a temple, we helped them out, that's punya. Because they're not thinking about themselves. They could have stayed at home watching TV. They could have stayed at home talking to friends. They could have stayed at home being on Facebook, but they didn't. They decided to go out and help. That's punya. Doing it to the Lord is even a greater punya, because you're putting that you're going to the third level of dharma now. Next slide, please. Okay, so this is the second level of dharma, which is also called the Vedic dharma. That's where you give charity, you help a blind person, you help an elderly person, you donate money. Okay, you plant trees, whatever you do stuff, thinking for the others, the benefit of the whole world, the benefit of the other person who is in distress. That is the second level dharma. Gives you punyam if you do it. If you don't, if you see a suffering person and if you don't decide to help them, pawam. So next birth might be where? In Africa. In India, you're struggling for food. Okay, next slide please. Why do you have to do the second level dharma? Why? Because in this world, guys, not everybody is like you. Not everybody can have a house. Not everybody can have their own room. Not everybody has clothes to wear. There are people that are struggling for food on a daily basis. That's why you have to do punyam, so that you don't go through this if you have another birth. Okay? Millions of people drink water like that. In Toronto, we don't even drink water off the tap. We need special filters, we need special water bottles. We don't even trust our water, but our water doesn't look anything like this. But so many people in this world drink water like that every day. Okay? Look at that guy. Look at him. He's eating off the floor. Somebody else's leftover. Okay? Look at where some of these people live in the slums in India. Look. Okay? Look at this kid in Africa drinking dirty water. Look at that. Look at those kids. Malnourished. They don't have food to eat. Okay? Look where they're sleeping. These are real people. These are not drama actors. Real people, guys. Real people. This guy in Africa is trying to look for worms, or he's digging the ground to find worms to eat because he doesn't have food to eat. Okay? Look at this girl, just like you guys. Does she have fancy clothes? She's going through garbage to find something she can eat or something she can put on. This is second level dharma. If you don't do punya, this is your life in the next birth. This is anybody's life. If I don't do punya, this is where I might end up next birth. Okay? If you do punya, you can avoid all of this. This is why in the second level dharma, we put others first. We think about that kid, we think about this kid, we think about this girl. That's why we want to do punya. That's why we want to do donations. That's why we want to do charity. Because we feel empathetic and sympathetic for these people. That is the second level Vedic dharma. Second level. You put others first. Next slide, please. The third level of dharma, okay, is according, the second level was Vedas. The third level of dharma is agamas. According to agamas, okay? It has 4 parts. Just 4 parts. Okay? Sariya is the bodily service. You go to a temple, you sweep the floor for the temple, for the deity, that's bodily service. You go into your samyara, clean the altar room, that's bodily service. Second is kriya. What Gidananda was doing, and you guys were following on, is kriya. Service involving the body. He's doing stuff, he's putting the flower, he's doing the bell, and the mind. He has to memorize the mantras and say it. It involves both aspects, mind and the body. That's kriya. This is the third level dharma, okay? Third level is yoga. That's what you guys are doing now. It's training the mind. You train the mind. That's yoga. And then jnana. Jnana is when you get your guru and he gives you jnana, and then only liberation is possible with God's will. Okay? So first level is you do your duty. Be a good student. Be a good son. Be a good mother. Be a good father. Be a good uncle. Whoever you are, whatever your role is, whatever you have to do it well. So you excel in the first stage. Do what you have to do. Second stage is when you think about the guy in Africa. You think about the guy in India, and you give money to them. You provide for them. That's the second level. You accumulate punya and power. Third level is strictly to do with God. This is the highest level of dharma. Okay? Right now, you can't do charity because you don't have money, you don't earn. Right now, you can't give excess. You don't earn money to give. But what you can do is save what you have and give it. Okay? What I mean is that you don't need to do lavish birthday parties, which cost $20, $30, $40, $50,000. You can cut it down. Maybe spend like $1,000 and give the rest to charity. It's up to you. Now I'm leaving it up to you, but this is what you can do. If your mom gives you or dad gives you $20 allowance, don't spend it all. Set aside at least $5 for charity. Okay? You don't have to do lavish arangetrams. You don't have to celebrate lavishly. Do a very simple one. Give the rest of the money to charity. Give it to the people that are really in need. Okay, fine. Forget it. You don't want to do any of that. You don't want to do any of that. Just do your daily prayers and just do puja at home, what we are teaching you. You do the third level of dharma, the highest level. You're doing service to God with your body. You're doing service to God with your body and mind. And then you train your mind. Can I get the next slide, please? Okay. So this is how I explained it. Okay. This is Sariya, involving the body. It can be applicable to any religion. That's why I have the picture of the guy in the mosque sweeping the mosque. You can be a Muslim and this still applies to you. You could be a Christian and it still applies to you. You could be a Buddhist, you could be a Jew, you could be whatever you want. But it still applies to you. So, you go to the temple, because you guys are all Hindus, sweep the floor or help them clean. That's duty with the body. Why did I put the apple and the grapes? Does anybody know? Because the people here cutting the apple and serving you grapes, that's what they're doing. It's bodily service. They're doing sariya for the God by serving you. Okay? You could wash dishes, you could serve food at the temple. That's body service. Second one is the puja, involving the body and the mind. Okay? You could do the puja, you could do the japa, whoever has the chanting beads. Okay? That's involving the body and the mind. Third level is yoga. That's where you do the poses and you try to meditate, you sit in silence and try to pray to God. Okay? The fourth level is jnana. This is when the Guru comes and gives you ultimate knowledge. Like Krishna came and gave Arjuna, that's the knowledge. Ultimate knowledge. Okay? Does anybody know what picture this is? What is that?
The crown,
Does anybody have any other guess? Yeah, that can be correct.
A blue colored sun.
Okay, good thinking. Good thinking. Anybody else know what that is? Take a wild guess. Why?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, kind of.
It can be an eye. True. Anybody else? Take it. Just there's no right or wrong answer. Yes, let's know. Trees. Okay. Yes, go overall.
God.
God. Okay. Yes. Oh, like a mile peacock feathers. Okay. One picture can have different meanings. Does anybody have totally different idea what that is? Yes.
It's a painting.
I'm sorry?
It's a painting.
It's a painting? Okay. Painting of what?
I don't know.
Okay. Anybody else? Think, guys. This is what we fail to do. Be creative. There's no. It's fireworks. Okay.
Ice cream.
Ice cream? Where do you find ice cream like that? I would have that good. Try it definitely. Anybody else? Yes.
It's you. I'm being creative here.
Okay. Appreciate.
I think of Holy Puttu.
I'm sorry. What?
I think of Holy Puttu. No, I think of Holy Puttu.
Okay. What else? People in the back? No? Yes? Location? It's the earth, yes. My mind, okay. Anybody else? That's it? Okay, let me give it to you guys. You guys really want to know what that is, right? I'm telling you, this is a 4th level dharma, so it has to represent something to do with God, right? No. This is actually 2 gold beams colliding with each other. So when they collide 2 gold beams in a vacuum and it goes like that, that's the picture it takes. It's a real picture of gold coming in and smashing on each other. When I looked at that, to me it looked like the Shiva Lingam, right?
Impossible.
And then it also told me there's a point of singularity. Everything becomes one at the end. That's how I saw it. It can be meaning anything. I could have put a picture of a lingam or a Nataraja or something, but if I put this, it's more interesting, right? You guys think about ice cream, and you guys think about and muttu and everything else, right? Okay, so guys, that's just to recap, okay? First level, do your duty. You won't fail, okay? Second, you help others in need. Third, serve the Lord. Done. Thank you very much. In general. It's right up on the screen, guys. Hell, no. I'll actually tell you how great the road to heaven is. It's not royal. So where are we? We are... who wants to read this for me? Let me get out of the way as much as possible. Who wants to read that for me? I saw a hand. Loisha, let's go.
Self-complacent and always imprudent, deluded by wealth and false prestige, they sometimes perform sacrifices in name only without following any rules or regulations.
Okay, of this, what have we learned so far? Did we learn what self-complacent is? Always imprudent? Deluded by false wealth and false prestige? How about perform sacrifices in name only? No? What does that mean? Who thinks they can explain what that means to me? You do sacrifices in name only. Let me just get this going. Okay, music video, yes, great. And okay, and perform sacrifices without following any rules or regulations. Actually, let's do this first. Anyone can take a stab at that for me. You perform sacrifices in name only, without following any rules or regulations. What you do is important as why you do it. Just because you do a sacrifice, just because you're sweeping a temple, like Darshan said, and then you go around, you just start taking pictures, and you post it everywhere. Everyone can see. Say, hey, look at me, I'm sweeping the temple, I'm engaged in so much devotional service. Is that good? You do something, and you publicize it. Or you do something, and you get money for it. Right? You do something just because you don't want your neighbor doing it. Right? That makes sense, because if he's sweeping the temple, the person beside him can't be sweeping the temple.